A24 has become the gold standard for prestige horror and indie cinema, but some of their movies make you sit back and go, what in the fuck did I just watch? Whether it's a psychological puzzle or a literal human-animal hybrid, this studio isn't afraid to get weird. Like, really weird. Today we're diving into the deep end of the A24 catalog to rank the top 10 weirdest movies they ever released. We're looking at bizarre concepts, grotesque visuals, and endings that left audiences speechless. Let's break it down. Number 10, we have Enemy. Jake Gyllenhaal stars in this psychological thriller that dives deep into the fragmented psyche of a man grappling with identity, obsession, and paranoia. The film follows Adam, a quiet and reserved history professor who discovers his exact double, an actor named Anthony, while watching a movie. What begins as a curious investigation spirals into a haunting and surreal exploration of duality, control, and the uncanny connections between their lives. Director Denis Villeneuve uses a sickly yellow haze over every frame to make you feel like you're trapped in a dream. But let's be real, this movie made the list for that spider. If you know, you know. That final shot is arguably the most famous jump scare in indie cinema history, leaving audiences staring at a black screen in total silence. Number 9, The Lighthouse. Two men, one lighthouse, and way too many seagulls. The Lighthouse is an intense and haunting descent into madness, set on a remote, storm-battered island in the late 19th century. The story follows two lighthouse keepers, the young and brooding Ephraim Winslow, played by Robert Pattinson, and the grizzled, eccentric Thomas Wake, played by William Dafoe, as their isolation and power struggles blur the line between reality and hallucination. Fueled by surreal imagery, claustrophobic tension, and a creeping sense of dread, the film masterfully captures their psychological unraveling. It was filmed in a square aspect ratio to make you feel as trapped as the characters. It's impossible to forget that mermaid scene, or the moment Robert Pattinson has a literal run-in with a seagull. It's weird, it's gross, it's an unforgettable masterpiece of nautical nonsense. Number 8, Midsommar. Daylight horror is not supposed to be this terrifying. Midsommar transforms a picturesque Swedish festival into a harrowing, cult-infused nightmare. The story follows Dani, played by Florence Pugh, a young woman reeling from a devastating loss. She joins her boyfriend and his friends on a trip to a remote village for a once-in-a-lifetime midsummer celebration. What begins as a seemingly idyllic retreat quickly unravels into a chilling tale of grief, betrayal, and the horrifying rituals of a pagan cult. The rituals are bizarre, the visuals are stunning, and the May Queen dance-off is just the cherry on top of this unsettling cake. Ari Aster manages to make flowers look threatening, and the sunlight feels suffocating. Midsommar proves that terror can thrive even under the brightest sun. It'll make you think twice before ever going on a group trip again. Number 7, Under the Skin. Scarlett Johansson as an alien who seduces men and leads them into a black void of doom? Sign me up! Directed by Jonathan Glazer, Under the Skin is visually stunning and really weird. The film blends science fiction with haunting surrealism, creating an experience that feels more like a moving art piece than a traditional narrative. To capture the alien feel, the director actually used hidden cameras while Scarlett drove around Scotland, talking to real people who didn't know they were being filmed. Its abstract and enigmatic nature leaves much open to interpretation, making it a deeply immersive and unsettling watch. The scene where a man is literally hollowed out under a liquid black surface is a visual you will never be able to unsee. Number 6, Hereditary. Hereditary may have been marketed as a horror film, but it's also a deep dive into familiar trauma, grief, and cults. The film follows the Graham family as after the death of their mysterious matriarch, they begin to uncover a terrifying legacy that deeply affects their lives with shocking consequences. Toni Collette delivers a powerhouse performance as a grieving mother, capturing the raw anguish and growing paranoia that permeate the film. The ominous sound of those clicks adds an extra layer of dread, becoming a sinister harbinger of the horrors to come. With its haunting imagery, masterful tension, and a shocking third act involving treehouses and ancient demons, Hereditary cements itself as one of the most disturbing movies of its time. Oh, and don't forget the headless pigeons, and that scene involving a certain pole. Weird doesn't even begin to cover it. We're halfway through our list of A24 nightmares. If you're enjoying this video, please smash that like button and subscribe to the channel for more. Done? Awesome. let's get to the top 5. And at number 5, Men. Alex Garland doesn't do subtle, and Men is proof. This is a surreal and deeply unsettling dive into grief and guilt. Set in the eerie English countryside, Jessie Buckley stars as Harper, a woman haunted by a series of bizarre men, all played with unnerving range by Rory Kinnear. What starts as a psychological horror about a woman trying to heal turns into a nightmarish fever dream. From a naked man covered in leaves to a horrifyingly metaphorical finale that features a birth loop you have to see to believe. Men is as weird as it gets. It uses strange symbolism and grotesque imagery to explore some very dark themes, and you'll definitely need a week to unpack everything you saw in that final act. Number 4, The Lobster. In this dystopian world, you have 45 days to find a romantic partner, or you're turned into an animal of your choice. The Lobster is a darkeningly absurd and surreal comedy that explores a dystopian society where being single is illegal. Colin Farrell stars as a man navigating this bizarre world, caught between love, survival, and the oppressive rules of society. With his deadpan humor, strange rituals, and thought-provoking critique of relationships, The Lobster is as weird as it is captivating. Between the monotone dialogue and the threat of being turned into a crustacean, it offers a twisted take on love and loneliness. It's the kind of movie that makes you appreciate being single, or terrified of it, all at once. Number 3, Swiss Army Man. A farting corpse that doubles as a multi-tool? Yep, Swiss Army Man isn't just weird, it's heartwarming. Starring Paul Dano and Daniel Radcliffe, it takes a bizarre premise and turns it into a touching exploration of loneliness, friendship, and humanity. Dano's character uses Radcliffe's corpse, which eventually comes to life, with peculiar abilities to survive and find meaning in his isolated world. Radcliffe is used as everything from a water fountain to a compass. Amid the absurdity, the film tackles deep emotions, but let's not forget the unforgettable flatulence-powered jet ski scene, which perfectly captures its unique blend of the strange and the heartfelt. It's the weirdest buddy comedy ever made. Number 2, Tusk. What do you get when Kevin Smith teams up with A24? A bizarre, body horror-filled, and darkly humorous ride. The film follows a US podcaster played by Justin Long who travels into the Canadian wilderness to interview an eccentric old man with a fascinating past. But things take a dark turn when the podcaster discovers the man has a twisted secret involving a walrus. It's a wild ride filled with gruesome practical effects and unsettling moments that'll make you feel physically ill. It honestly leaves you with a solid message. Never go to a stranger's house, and definitely steer clear of anyone who has a weird obsession with walruses. It'll make you question your podcasting dreams and your appetite for seafood. Number 1, Lamb. And finally, we have the weirdest of them all, Lamb. A grieving couple adopts a human sheep hybrid as their child. Yep, you heard that right. Lamb is a quiet, atmospheric, Icelandic tale that somehow makes this bizarre premise feel hauntingly real. It's weirdly touching and unsettling at the same time. It's a slow burn that relies on the unseen and the unspoken to build a sense of impending doom. The less you know going in, the better you'll experience the film. Its eerie atmosphere and haunting beauty linger long after the credits roll. Honestly, this is just one of the weirdest movies I ever seen, period. Also, we need to talk about that ending. It is the ultimate A24 ending that leaves you staring at the screen wondering if you should laugh, cry, or call a therapist. And that's a wrap on the weirdest A24 movies. If you've seen any of these or feel like I missed a few, drop a comment. Let me know. Thanks for watching. And don't forget to like and subscribe for more. I'll catch you in the next one.
Stay away from me.